this is Fred again. This time I'm back at Sait, in big empty Sait during COVID, in the Thomas Riley building in TT107, our cross-connection lab. And I'm just going to use this space to explain that same third-year commercial circuit vent project that I did on a video yesterday. But this one, we're trying to make it a little bit bigger so you can make it more understanding. So here would be the men's side of the washroom. We have back-to-back washrooms, and this would be the women's. So if we take a look at this, let's take a look at how a circuit vent works. What I love about this is I can move this up a little bit. Here the pipe's a little low, but you can see the piping underground, which is really cool. So here we're going to start right at the beginning of the circuit vent, and let me just move this more in the room. And the beginning of the circuit vent is right here. And there you see our access plate with a 3-inch clean out. And here is our circuit vent. And it stays the circuit vent until the next vent connection. As you can see, I got to fix some of these T-Ys. This is what I love about zooming it up so I can see all my little mistakes. But anyhow, that's your circuit vent, the dry portion of the circuit vent. Now the beauty part of this project is that there's nothing dumping into the wet vent. We can dump two 1.5-inch traps and 1.5 fixture units into this dry portion of the circuit vent according to 2545 subsection C. But this one's easy, it's dry. So let's look at, first of all, what are the fixtures that are actually in the circuit vent? Well, I'm on the men's side, there's only one toilet, but there's a total of 3 toilets. The women's is on the other side of the wall. So 3 toilets are floor mounted. It's only the floor mounted fixtures that are in the circuit vent. Of course, this urinal is not floor mounted, and neither are these vanities. So the only other floor mounted ones are the showers right here at the end. So downstream of the most downstream circuit vented branch fixture is where the relief vent goes. So here we go. So we have 2 showers and 3 toilets are floor mounted. So those 5 fixtures are all being circuit vented. So what happens here? These are just separately vented fixtures dumping into the circuit vented branch. So this is a dual and continuous vent, and this is a dual and continuous vent over here for these 2 labs. Whether they're 1.5 or 1.25 traps doesn't really matter because they have a separate vent. This is a 2-inch trap here for this urinal. It's worth 3 fixture units. It's under 2493 under other urinals, I believe. And it's got a 2-inch trap, or 2-inch, which is fine. It's got a separate vent. Separately vented fixtures can dump into the circuit vented branch, but we will have to count them when we actually size our circuit vented branch. That's the only difference. So you can put them in any row you want, as long as the relief vent is downstream of the most downstream circuit vented branch fixture, which are the 2 showers. So there's the beginning of the circuit vent, and there is the end of the circuit vent. In between the relief vent, which is way over here, in between the relief vent and, the circuit vent and the relief vent is what we call the circuit vented branch. This baby has to be 3 inches because, first of all, we have 3-inch trap arms tied to it, right? And so, according to 25319B, the only trap arms that can tie into the circuit vented branch from floor-mounted fixtures have to be 3 and 2-inch in size. And of course, the 3 toilets are 3-inch. Now, and the 2 showers are 2-inch, so they have 2 and 3-inch trap arms tied to it. Now, this is a 3-inch trap arm, and it's a floor drain, as you can see over here, and there's another floor drain over there. Now, on your module, they made it 2-inch because a 2-inch floor drain requires a vent. So they said, okay, that's part of the circuit, and they would be circuit vented branch floor-mounted fixtures too. But they don't, 2-inch trap arms, 2-inch traps or floor drains are useless. They could have easily left them 3-inch. You could still put a 3-inch trap arm in here, but this has no load because these are floor drains in a public washroom or in a wash. They have no load. So it doesn't matter. You can stick 2 or 3-inch. So we're going to stick with 3-inch because it's a smarter idea. And they're not counted in the circuit vent. They're like invisible because they're hardly ever used. So you can still use 3-inch here. So there it is there. So there at the beginning you have your circuit vent, then it joins to a dual and continuous vent, it becomes a branch vent. stays a branch vent, and goes all the way in, and the relief vent ties into it and then stays a branch vent. Pretty easy to do this circuit vented branch washer. So that's third year. We're going to look at the blueprints of this, top view, isometric views, and then later in the shop we're going to do something similar. We'll give you different layouts and see if you can do a commercial circuit vented branch. So let me pull out of here as this project is moving. And there we go. One men's and women's public commercial circuit vented branch washrooms.